Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with matters affecting Africa. And finally, the government of the United States has accepted Biafra. A few days ago, there was a video that went online and we saw the IPOB leader talking or addressing the Senate of the United States, reaching to where he has reached, going to the Senate. Before that meeting, I'm very sure the Senate had been told the agenda of the meeting. That's why they accepted him to present the problems of the people of Biafra. We are very happy that the Senate of the United States is listening to our problems. He has moved from the United Nations to the European Union. He has gone to the United Nations. Now he has gone to the United States Senate. Reaching where he has reached is a very big achievement for the people of Biafra. It's a dream that very many people have been waiting for. Me being one of them, I've really waited to see how the government of the United States is going to take this thing. It's not a must that they announce. I know it will reach a time that they'll have to announce and to make it official. But so far, what we know is that he has represented the people of Biafra in the United States Senate. 100% achievement. I want to congratulate the IPOB leader Nnamdi Kalu that the far he has brought the people of Biafra. He has given us hope, strength, and we are still behind him and waiting for him to liberate us. So long as he just tells us what to do, we are ready to make sure that Biafra is restored. They tried to make us look like terrorists. They tried to paint him as a terrorist. But things have come out show that the person that people thought he's a terrorist, he's a person who is just fighting for the liberation of his people. He's fighting for the lives of his people. He's fighting just to make sure that his people live a good and decent life. A life without intimidation, a life without being marginalized, a life which is balanced, which doesn't take sides. Because it reached a time that the government of Nigeria is taking sides. Where do you belong? What will you get? And what percentage will you receive? That's where the government of Nigeria had reached, and many African governments also do that way. If you did not support the regime, then you'll get a raw deal when the regime is in power. It doesn't matter how long the regime is going to be in power in Africa. So long as you do not support those people, then you'll be marginalized the way the people of Biafra have been marginalized. If you listen to what the IPOB leader was talking about in the Senate, the clip went viral. It's a very short clip, but I'm very sure when the IPOB leader was addressing us through Radio Biafra, he talked about the military, and I'm very sure what he presented there, the military, the problem with the military and the people of IPOB was talked about in that meeting. Because these are the things that are making the people of Biafra be marginalized. These are the things that are making the people of Biafra lose their lives. These are the things that are making the people of Biafra feel threatened, that they are not secure in their own country. The military now came out and started telling us that they are coming to do an operation called Operation Identify Yourself. Why are they coming with such a thing? I'm trying to look at this thing in a political way, and I'm finding that this is just a tactic that they are using to intimidate the people of Biafra. You know, they know that once they bring fear to the people of Biafra, once they know that these people are afraid, then the IPOB leader will not have the 100% support from the people of Biafra, because most of them will have that fear. that maybe Biafra will not be restored, or maybe we will lose our lives when something like this happens. But I want to thank the people of Biafra for being brave and strong. Please continue fighting for the restoration of Biafra. We have already many lives, and this is not a time that we are going to stop for only this small intimidation. We will soldier on, we will march on to make sure that Biafra is finally restored. I want to challenge the military. You have your own work, and your work is to make sure that our borders are secure. If you are coming to the villages and to the markets, what are you trying to show the world? What are you trying to show the people? What is the work of the police? We know very well that the problems of the internal security must be handled by the police. This is an internal case which is supposed to be dealt by the police. If the police are incompetent, that's why the military is coming to step and work for the police. Then the police need to go home, all of them, because they are incompetent. They are not ready to perform their duties. And if the military, we know your work. You are supposed to be on the borders there, making sure that our country is safe. There's a time the military is talking about they cannot fight Boko Haram because they don't have enough manpower. How are you coming to tell us that you don't have enough manpower, and you have other soldiers on the border there taking care of our country, and others who are too many now are coming inside the people within the markets and the villages to make the operation Identify Yourself? So that means that you have enough manpower to go and fight Boko Haram. That's a challenge that the military needs to finish first before you come to start disturbing the people of Southeast. Because if your military come and the population of 35 plus million, then that's not a small number. You have to have enough manpower to deal with 30-something plus million people. And you want to tell me that you don't have a manpower that can go and deal with people who are less than 5,000, the Boko Haram? If Boko Haram is part of the government, then we need to know. Why is the army not going to fight Boko Haram? Why is it coming to intimidate the people of Southeast? Leave the people of Southeast decide what they are going to do. You have suppressed us, you have marginalized for quite a long time, but this is not the time that we are going to sit back and watch. This is the time that we have decided that we are going to march together with the IPOB leader to make sure that Biafra is restored. No matter how much intimidation you people are going to pour to the Southeast, we have decided that nothing will stop us to make sure that our dream and our country is restored. And those who are supporting us, I want to congratulate them and tell them that please continue holding our hands so that Biafra is restored. And for those who are not supporting us and are within us, are our brothers, I'm telling them that your time is over, and it will reach a time that you people will cry. Finally, I want to say that there is light at the end of the tunnel. We are moving. We've seen the destination. We are marching on. Viva Biafra. Biafra will come, and Biafra must be restored. To my other point is, I want to talk about the ECOWAS court that had its case in Abuja, and the ruling is out, and the court decides that the government of Nigeria to pay the victims of the Biafra war $244 million. And to me, I think that money, it's like they are peanuts. If you look at the population of the people of Biafra, of the people of Southeast, and you're talking about 244 million, I'm seeing some politics inside this. Why am I saying this? How will 244 million change the lives of the people of Biafra? How will it change their lives? How will it bring those people who died back to life? Because they died. Now we cannot cultivate our lands because we fear for the landmines that are within Biafra land. We are unsafe. And 244 million will change nothing, will do nothing, and it's nothing as far as the people of Biafra are concerned. We took that case there, yes. But the case has been politicized and we don't need that case anymore. We are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. Anybody who is trying to intimidate that those who are fighting for separation will face the full force of the law, said, we know the law, we are ready to face that full force of the law, bring it on, we will deal with you, but we will deal with you once Biafra is restored. You will do your case alone with your own people, we will do our case alone, away from you. We cannot accept 244 million US dollars. This one, I've seen this one as a political tactic. You want to use this money to call it now one Nigeria, now that we have paid those people who were affected with Biafra war, now we reconcile and bring one Nigeria. That one, you people are in dreamland. I don't know how people of Biafra are going to take this, but I personally, and I know how people of Biafra think, 244 million is nothing. If you take this 244 million, and we have our own airport that we need to fix, the money needed to fix that international airport is more than the money we are being given to compensate the people of Biafra. What is this? This is peanuts. This is just a political move that you people are trying to make. We know it very well. We thought that this court will be genuine enough to bring up something that will convince the people of Biafra. This one is convincing nobody. Just bring that money because we need it. Just bring it. We'll take it, but nothing will be agreed upon. We cannot agree to take such a kind of money for the problems we have gone through. This money cannot fix the problems we have. This money cannot remove the pain the people of Biafra have. No matter which amount of money you people bring, it cannot remove the pain of what the people of Biafra are going through. If you could have known this thing earlier, you could have stopped marginalizing Biafrans. You could have stopped the Python dance 1, 2, 3 dancing in Biafra. You could have stopped the headsmen killing the people. You could have stopped all these problems that the people of Biafra have gone through. Now the pain is too much. We cannot bear that pain, and that money cannot remove this pain from us. So, bottom line is that we don't care about the ruling. We don't want the money. We are not ready for one Nigeria, because that is the tactic that you people are using. They will bring this money and now they'll convince people to accept this money, so that now they will say that now we have reconciled Nigeria, we have reconciled the Southeast, now we call ourselves one Nigeria. That one, I'm just waiting to hear what the people of Biafra will talk about. Let us discuss about this. Let us, brothers, know that we are not ready to accept such peanuts, and we are not ready to be convinced with money. We have refused the president of 2023 for being also a political tool to bring Nigeria together. We are refusing again this ruling with this 244 million. We are not accepting it. We are moving on, and Biafra must be restored no matter what. That is ECOWAS and the government. We have Biafra. Let us make our own court in Biafra and decide what will be done. And if there will be a court which will be set in Biafra, it will be set under Biafra as a country, and the ruling will be bring the people who died back to life. That's the only thing that can change the minds of the people of Biafra. No more intimidation, nothing, no money, nothing. Biafra must be restored. Nothing short of that. To my other point, there's a northern leader who is talking bad about the IPOB leader, and he's saying that the IPOB leader must go to hell and be burned to ashes. This is a leader who, during that time when they were calling our leader and the people of Biafra terrorists, he was one of them with the loudest voice. And I want to ask this guy a question. What is the problem when Biafra is restored? How is it going to affect you as a person? Which kind of pain are you having that it's making you talk the way you are talking? This is a person who is being supported by close to 40 million people. Who are you, just one person? What change have you brought to your people first before you start talking about the IPOB leader? Your people and our people, the problems your people are going through financially is the same problems that our people are also going through. You are a leader. You've done nothing to support your people, but you feel very bad when you hear that Biafra wants to restore itself. You don't come from Biafra. You don't know the problems of the people of Biafra. You know nothing about Biafra. Keep away from Biafra and stop talking about Biafra. You talked about us being terrorists. You were ashamed because that one, you did not achieve what you wanted. Now, you just feel like, let me say that this leader needs to go to hell and be burned to ashes. This is a democratic country. You are entitled to your own opinion. Continue making your own opinion and assumptions. We will leave you there. Continue making it. Talk the way you want. But Biafra, whether you like it or not, Biafra must be restored. The pain you are going through, I don't know where it's coming from. If you could have known the pain of how the people of Biafra, the pain that they are having, you could not have talked the way you are talking. But now that you are supporting the regime that is leading you people, I know you are benefiting from it. I know you have benefited and you are well off. What about those poor people that you are leading as a leader? How have you changed their lives? Why are you fighting for Biafra remaining as one Nigeria? What do you think that you're going to do better to change the minds of the people of Biafra? I know the IPOB leader cannot answer you because you cannot even match him. Even me, I'm not in a position to answer you. I think I could have found somebody like a kid maybe could have answered you, because the way you are talking, the way you are presenting your things, the way we knew you before, we know you hate us, you have that pain, but that is your own problem. It's not a must for you to love us. It's not a must for you to support us. We are two different people. We are living two different kind of lives. Continue living your own life and leave Biafra to pursue its dream. And now that you feel that pain, I don't know how you'll feel when Biafra is restored. And soon and very soon, Biafra is going to be restored. My advice to you, go and buy a rope, because soon Biafra will be restored. And the shame that you'll have, please use that rope to remove that shame from you. You know what I mean by telling you, take that rope and use it to remove the shame out of you. And I want to tell you, shame on you 100 times. Biafra must be restored and Biafra must come. Viva Biafra, and the struggle continues. To my other point, there's a northern leader who is talking bad about the IPOB leader, and he's saying that the IPOB leader must go to hell and be burned to ashes. This is a leader who, during that time when they were calling our leader and the people of Biafra terrorists, he was one of them with the loudest voice. And I want to ask this guy a question. What is the problem when Biafra is restored? How is it going to affect you as a person? Which kind of pain are you having that it's making you talk the way you are talking? This is a person who is being supported by close to 40 million people. Who are you, just one person? What change have you brought to your people first before you start talking about the IPOB leader? Your people and our people, the problems your people are going through financially is the same problems that our people are also going through. You are a leader. You've done nothing to support your people, but you feel very bad when you hear that Biafra wants to restore itself. You don't come from Biafra. You don't know the problems of the people of Biafra. You know nothing about Biafra. Keep away from Biafra and stop talking about Biafra. You talked about us being terrorists. You were ashamed because that one, you did not achieve what you wanted. Now, you just feel like, let me say that this leader needs to go to hell and be burned to ashes. This is a democratic country. You are entitled to your own opinion. Continue making your own opinion and assumptions. We will leave you there. Continue making it. Talk the way you want. But Biafra, whether you like it or not, Biafra must be restored. The pain you are going through, I don't know where it's coming from. If you could have known the pain of how the people of Biafra, the pain that they are having, you could not have talked the way you are talking. But now that you are supporting the regime that is leading you people, I know you are benefiting from it. I know you have benefited and you are well off. What about those poor people that you are leading as a leader? How have you changed their lives? Why are you fighting for Biafra remaining as one Nigeria? What do you think that you're going to do better to change the minds of the people of Biafra? I know the IPOB leader cannot answer you because you cannot even match him. Even me, I'm not in a position to answer you. I think I could have found somebody like a kid maybe could have answered you, because the way you are talking, the way you are presenting your things, the way we knew you before, we know you hate us, you have that pain, but that is your own problem. It's not a must for you to love us. It's not a must for you to support us. We are two different people. We are living two different kind of lives. Continue living your own life and leave Biafra to pursue its dream. And now that you feel that pain, I don't know how you'll feel when Biafra is restored. And soon and very soon, Biafra is going to be restored. My advice to you, go and buy a rope, because soon Biafra will be restored. And the shame that you'll have, please use that rope to remove that shame from you. You know what I mean by telling you, take that rope and use it to remove the shame out of you. And I want to tell you, shame on you 100 times. Biafra must be restored and Biafra must come. Viva Biafra, and the struggle continues. To my other point, FFK has come out blazing and talking or sending a message to Osibanjo and mocking Osibanjo, because he has been talking about this, and I've talked about this sometimes back about Osibanjo, the vice president, but he's just there, but he's not doing his work as a vice president. Now, report reaching us, according to FFK, is like over 30 aides working under Osibanjo have been fired, and without the knowledge of Osibanjo. These people are working under you, but they're being fired by your boss and you don't know. And maybe when they were hired, even your boss didn't know. But because he's above you and because you don't have work there, you're just there. You just have an office that doesn't have any powers. Now, these people have been fired under your watch. What kind of vice president are you? What are you doing? What are you waiting for? What shame are you bringing to the people of Oduduwa? The people have hope in you. You've let them down. What are you doing as a vice president? What are you wasting your time? Why don't you just step aside and leave these things, my friend? It's high time you need to have your own decisions. Make hard decisions. These people don't want you. They don't like you. You are nothing. You're just like garbage in that government. Step aside. Let them leave that country. You've already failed. You failed your people. You failed the people who put trust in you. You failed the people who fought for you. You failed the people who woke up very early in the morning to go and vote for you. You failed your people. You failed the people of Oduduwa. What kind of a leader are you? The writing is on the wall. Why don't you read and see what is awaiting you? What are you afraid of? What do you know? Tell the world. Why are you being intimidated to that extent? Why are you being reduced to that extent after contributing so much, after fighting so much to have that seat that you're having? A vice president or a deputy president in any government is as much as powerful close to the president. He's the second most powerful man in the land. Who are you? What are you? What are you doing? How are the people of Oduduwa benefiting from you as a vice president? If your own people working under you are fired without your knowledge, the next thing you will be fired, or that office will be empty, only you alone. If a number of people, 30 plus, are fired under you, what is the work of your office? What are you doing? You're not ashamed that what you are holding cannot be held anymore? Why are you holding yourself so tight in that position, and yet they don't want to see you there? If I can see that you're not needed in that government, what are you waiting for? It's better, at least you'll have some dignity if you step down, rather than finishing this tenure with no powers, nothing, no important meetings you're going, no good decisions you're making, you're contributing nothing to this government. Please step aside, and please don't continue bringing this shame to the people of Oduduwa. The people of Oduduwa also have failed. You have failed them, and you people, all of you, have failed. If you supported these people, how you supported them? Instead of giving you a thank you, they are kicking you again. You are being kicked out of the government. I don't know what you are fearing of. I don't know what you have on your mind. But the best thing you could have done is to step aside and leave those people lead that country alone. It's a shame, Osibanjo, as FFK put it, it's so shameful that you are doing nothing in that government. Please step aside and you leave the dignity for the people of Oduduwa. You failed them, and you failed them completely. Shame on you as a vice president, and you're doing nothing as a vice president. We knew this thing. The IPOB leader knew this thing before. He knew very well that this government is going nowhere and it will achieve nothing. You hold on, you mobilized the people of Oduduwa, you convinced them, they supported you. Now where are you? As I've said, the writing is on the wall. You are done in that government. Thank you.
Can you just in education? I got school.
I got school. I want education. I do how good to travel. All right. Education. What's a gay jazz in short? A gay jazz how far does education. If somebody need to make money, now bamboo. Also.
But I go to one where I go to. Oh, he gets a school. I go to bamboo.
Ya kan na agwa ngo na ega adụghọzi ega adụghọ gife mmemekwa ego eji azụ adụghọ Nigeria otu ha nọ ha kwesịrị provide free education ije obodo oyibo na bịa kwa agụ standard education na ife a agụ kasịra no standard ife matikiri ife ndị agasị Nigeria self
ọ ya dịcha mma na mana ọ na ona enye free education na ọkwa free education ka enyere
onye free education
government
onye mgbe ka anyị ime ego na mkwụrụ n'ụgwọ akwụkwọ last time ego jere nne ọrụ nke a dị kpo ndị school ife nwa na agụma ahụta ọnụ isi
mana free education ache na ọ na-akwụ ụgwọ akwụkwọ ncha
anyị na-akwụkwa ụdị ụgwọ akwụkwọ anyị na-akwụ ọkwa akwụcha akpọ asị na gọọmenti kpọrọ na fon sisi wetakwa ego dị otu a ọ ife anyị na-akwụrụ ha
Oto anya ime na aga school ya na aga na mana ana aga at least I know JS gain ka SS gain
SS1
SS1 wow ya go bere mmadụ That was you seeking a school. You guys school here went all. I guess both school here went all. So people focus on if I because it. Yeah. Where also where much there but no. You one does only to quit in the model. I'm not gonna school important. Now have to condemn education.
School important. All the important. School important. All the important.
When you have a banner, you go usually boutique.
You know, Nigeria. Oh, guy. Jaga. Edu school I go.
You mean
Asoro kwani fara. Ani 100 ego ka ani efe odo ndị agụrụ akwụkwọ nwere furu ihu ha anya. Ndị agụcha akwụkwọ a na-achọgharị ọrụ endịkwa up na-alụ mesa. Ndị nwe nwata nwoke mma gụrụ ezigbo akwụkwọ nke ọ na-alụsọ asaa mesa n'ebe.
And all school.
Oga school ezigbo gaa university o. Spend so many years. Mata kwasịrị anyị tụrụ mma na-eri mma tankụ.
Na-eri gịnị?
Mama tankụ ma.
Gịnwa na-eri mma tankụ ma.
Esiche ebe ihe orie onye weta kọbọ.
Anwụkwala m anwụọ. Mana onye go dọkịta na ọgụchapụta ọchọ ọrụ na ọwụrụ.
Ọ na Nigeria. Anyway, ụfọdụ a na-efevọkwa ha. Mana most of them ahịa enwe ọdịla ọkụ ha. Yes, onye ọ nwetata obere ego o jee chọrọ chọpụ na-ele ọgwụ na-eme pepe kemist ebe ahụ.
Mba onye go dọkịta. What of onye gụkwa anụ injinia? Injiniarịn ya.
Injinia. O mepe shop ọ na-alụrụ ndị mmadụ ọkụ meshin mebiri emebi. Chenasị, jee pụọ na main road fụcha ahụ. Na-asụ ezigbo Ngilish mana ife ha na Oh,
depend because well, I want to make because every other thing I may want to blow for a tie. But if you had a come mancha,
my condition Nigeria never changed me.
I think you don't need enough money.
Now, no few mundosha, 4 months and dosha. Hey, the English house, so school has very standard. Nanka. Oh, Jesus. Okay, now that class, you did in a meba. N'obodo Igbo teacher air condition ebe niile mana nke dị na school ayo fire condition ịnọrọ ị na-eme
fire condition
FC never akwa akpanwo ache m ije duru school
aga ka nwere ike
when you finish here
ofokwu na aga ka nwere ike mana
na-ekwu ya dị ka ya asa
mba education ma nke ngara aga tisi ejigoro m ya ma na akwụkwọ ma o nwere ebe
ije rụpụta ọ dị fak ya ahụ inenesa isi mba ebe oge na-echọwa gị ejije obodo oyibo a na-ejedo ndị ahụ ebu isi olelu ka ha bụ ahụ mmadụ ibe anyị ka ha bụ anyị na ha abịa wasaịdị a ndị Igbo ndị mmadụ uru a na-efeje ebe a sọsọ ebe a ka a na-akpata ego
ebe ja gọọmenti ji oke
yes gọọmenti dị oke mana nke ndị asọsọ akpa ha ka ha ma na-ediju afọ ego take good care of their family apụzi ndị ọzọ apụzi ndị nọ n'okpuru ha agụgbu sia kwagbo usikwara ya gbara Chineke ya bụcha ha ọnụ
bye bye
na-agba ọsọ